Hey guys, remember the new upcoming giveaway? Subscribe, get people to subscribe. And we're going to give away lots of cool stuff. This story is Silver, the Best Is Yet to Come by Stewart, Thompson. Number 1. America was built by citizen champions. Shouldn't the current gold price action be described as in a similar way as a rally of champions? I think so. Technically, gold is arguably overbought. It may be due for a correction, according to psychoanalysis, and yet the world's mightiest metal just keeps moving relentlessly higher. 3. GLD's last sale was at $118.95. The gold spot price was $1256.20, and the total gold in trust was 821.66 tons. There's a snapshot of the Spider Fund tonnage. Solid buying has boosted the holdings to more than 820 tons. Number 4. As a potential for rally accelerant hasn't suddenly manifested itself in the form of an end of an Indian jeweler's strike, as a potential for a rally accelerant hasn't suddenly manifested itself in the form of an end of an Indian jeweler's strike. Number 5. It could be persuasively argued that gold has essentially traded sideways because of the strike. Now that the strike is over, demand appears to be rising in the world's most important gold market. As gold is rising up nicely from small inverse head and shoulders bottom pattern. My 1320 area target remains within reach on this rally. In the big picture, I think that as bullish as Janet Yellen's first rate hike was for gold, her next one could turn the gold price rally into a serious barn burner. The 8-hour bars chart of the dollar versus the yen has ominous implications for the dollar. Number 9. A bear flag is in play. In the big picture, it's almost as impossible for gold to experience a major setback when the dollar is tumbling against the yen. That's a longer term chart of the dollar versus the yen using daily bars. As enormous top pattern is now in play, and dollar rallies are quite frankly best described as pathetic, a breakdown from the current 111 to 115 range could unleash a new wave of dollar selling, yen buying, and gold and silver buying that could easily push towards my 1320 target and leave the dollar wallowing in the 105 to 107 range zone on the dollar yen chart. Number 12. If a much bigger leg of the gold price lies ahead, silver will begin to dramatically outperform gold. Is there any evidence that such an event is on the horizon? Yes, there is. And here's the chart. That's a daily bars chart for silver. To say it looks inviting is arguably the understatement of the year. There's a beautiful, number 14, there's a beautiful inverse head and shoulders bottom pattern in play with a technical target of $17.50 to $18. Silver price enthusiasts should note that India is a massive silver buyer, so the end of the jeweler's strike there could not have come at an enormous impact on silver demand. Number 16. Silver is not just the poor man's gold. In my professional opinion, it's the world's second mightiest asset, and it should be part of all investment portfolios. 17. If an investor owns no silver at all, they can pay any price for a small amount of it. After that, they can use my unique pyramid generator for systemic capital allocation. For another view of the silver price action, please click here now. We're not going to click here now. There's a major trend line breakout in play, and in the inverse H&S bottom pattern on the daily chart appears to be acting kind of like a launch pad for the weekly chart breakout. 20. Note the beautiful position of both the RSI indicator at the top of the chart and the 14.33 stochastic series at the bottom of the chart. Number 21. Major breakouts tend to have this kind of textbook technical setup with an RSI on the weekly chart well below the overbought zone and the stochastic oscillator staging a flat line even in an overbought condition once the $18 target has been acquired. I think silver will pause and then we'll move towards $25. Silver price fans should also look at the NYSE Silver Stocks ETF, which is poised to lead bullion to more upside gains. GDX continues to make superb upside progress towards my $23 target on this weekly basis chart. Investors who have become demoralized and sold their gold stocks at losses should not wait for any type of correction to get back into this powerful market. And here's the chart. Here's why. Rather than selling off from the $23 area, GDX could instead, from a high right shoulder far above the $23 area. This is exactly what either the silver bullion chart auction is implying is going to happen. It's clearly a glorious time for the Western gold community, and I'm becoming quite convinced that it's about to become even more glorious. That's from Stewart Thompson of Graceland Updates. Stewart, I sure hope you're right, buddy. I'd love to see $23 silver. I've never bought silver above probably around 17 bucks. So $23 silver, I would be way up. Alright guys, don't forget about the competition. Subscribe. Keep stacking. Take care.